Hi.
How you guys doing? What's the word?
Talking about ironing cow poo or what?
What?
There's just stuff going on. It's all good.
Stuff going on in the background. So
Stuff going on.
we know that some of you had an exciting week with shootouts and cop chases, and not that you were necessarily involved with them, but
allegedly
down in your neighborhood. Wow. And I thought I lived in the low rent district. Wow.
Well, you know that it was one of those things where we just got really comfortable with it. I slept so good last night it wasn't even funny. I felt like we were at home.
I mean, that's like one of the reasons why people move up here. It's so nice and quiet. It's not.
No.
How is it? I live like in like the most rundown part of town, but you guys get the action.
because you live where the river blocks half the road, so there's no get out. You can't get out of there.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Come back rolling down with rafts, or paddle boards.
Get away kayak.
I mean, it's so shallow now. If the
paddleboard renegade,
if someone's like, "Oh, I'm going to jump in the river and make a getaway," they're going to go splat. So,
yeah, every time I try to leave your house, I'm like, how the hell do I get out of here? You run into this like concrete river, and I'm like, how do I get out of here? I never remember. It's so strange.
It's all part of Bertie's plan.
Yeah.
Whatever his plan is, it's all part of it. He knows how it works. You got to have a plan, buddy.
Since when?
Oh my goodness! I'll tell you what. So
I look like a guy that makes plans.
Yeah. It's been a long week. It's been a long week and Jesse just left us. It's been a long week for like everybody. And you said it's been like 40s and Mondays already.
Yeah, it's been four Mondays in a row.
God dang it, I hate
that. And I'm just like, geez Louise. I mean, if I look, I can see Friday from here.
Yeah.
But it's
so close, but so far away.
I thought yesterday was Friday, and I was sorely mistaken.
I thought you said yesterday was Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm very confused this week.
What time it is? What day it is?
I just woke up and went to work, and I'm like, it's a day.
Exactly.
Later on, but it's
pretty much how I feel when I drag my butt through the door at work. I'm like, oh god.
I have to blow my
nose.
nose.
I mean, I really do have a job still.
Yeah.
It's
so emotional.
We're talking about some creepy ass stuff tonight, guys. We're talking about clowns, and Jesse knows my serious hatred of clowns. Like,
yes,
if you walked up to me in a clown suit, I'd probably punch you.
Don't give Mad Max an idea.
I know.
I'm just saying, Max. I'm just saying.
He noted, he states.
Just saying. I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting because I went back and looked at when did clowns evolve? Because we know that there were in the Middle Ages there were the jesters that entertained the king, right, and all that.
Right.
And they're just weird. But 2400 BC in Egypt.
Yeah.
That's what they figured, right? Was the earliest recorded clown. How did they know that? And I don't know that, but they said they were African pygmies that entertained the pharaohs.
Oh, I thought maybe the pharaohs were the clowns, but hey.
Well, they look like it. King Tut thing. I can't even do it.
Yeah, I could see that actually, because little people back then were an oddity and they were really treasured, so I could see that happening actually.
And then in Greece and Rome, they used them, for theatrical performances, probably in the arena right before the lions were turned out. I can't even imagine. So there's that. Middle Ages, right? We talked about that. They were in the royal courts, and their role was like amusement. they're not amusing to me. Like, there's nothing. Well, okay. Oh, okay. I like rodeo clowns. Those are the only clowns I like.
What is the difference? They're a clown.
I don't know. Because
they play peekaboo with like 1,000 pounds.
I'd like to see Bozo the clown get into the arena with a bull.
Yeah, I was going to say there's one clown that goes on stage and makes people laugh, and then there's the other one that goes into the arena and nobody laughs because they're waiting.
Well, they're pretty funny. Some of those guys are pretty funny in the rodeos. I like them.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was an Italian, like 16th century. There was characters that were clowns, and they are considered the precursor to the modern clown. I don't know what they consider the modern clown, but apparently it's from the 16th century, right?
Yeah, makeup like
16th century in Italian. What is it called? Pellegicchi. That's Italian for clown. They had a whole opera based on a clown.
Never heard of that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's a genetic thing with me, that my hatred of clowns, because my mother's family were the part of the Barnums from Barnum and Bailey circus. So I'm wondering, like, is there some kind of genetic component that makes me not like them? But I'll have to tell you guys the story of me at the freaking casino with all the clowns in Nevada.
Was
okay.
It? Oh, I stayed at that one.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of and then, we have the clowns in the circus, like the Barnum and Bailey and all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of the history. And I know Mad Max is absolutely dying to share. So I'm going to get his first image up here.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll give you the high sign. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'll let you know. I'll say now. Okay. So everybody remembers back in 2016 what was going on, and that was the Great Clown Scare. And they were over the globe. They were all over the place. They were. They were. It's incredible how much this took off, and I think the basis of it was for one thing, and I think what we as people took it as another. So originally there were sightings of these people dressed as evil clowns, and they drew attention because they were all over the place. They were out in the forest, right? They were hanging out in schools. People would be walking down the streets and a car would stop and friggin' clowns would get out. And there was some pretty bad stuff. Now, go to the other side and a car would stop and a clown would get out and that clown would take the beat down. That's where I'm from. So anyhow, it wasn't just happening in the USA. It was like I said, in Canada, in the United Kingdom, and 17 other countries. But they're saying that the first sighting of this was to believe. Excuse me. See, I get all excited. I'm talking about clowns. The first sighting was it sparked the movement. Was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it was said to start as a publicity stunt for a movie. Now, what was that movie, you might ask? Now, if we think about the movie was, come on, say it with me, It.
It.
That was the biggest thing that was going on. Now, in the trailer of the movie It, which the book was incredible, but the movie was okay, but the book was incredible. There was also another clown that was brought to life, and that guy's name is Art the Clown. Now,
sorry.
Yeah, Art the Clown is naughty. He's the Terrifier. And once you see Art the Clown, he did a lot of stuff. Art the Clown he took over evil clown domain to the next level. At that time, there there was also an indie film called Gags. And that was what the clowns were originally set out for in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was an indie film called Gags, kind of evolved into It, and then that kind of all evolved into Art the Clown. Now, if you, like I said, if you don't know who Art the Clown is, Google Art the Clown.
Can I show a Wikipedia image here?
Please do. Of Art the Clown.
No, I don't know. Is it copyrighted?
You might get.
Well, we'll find out.
I'd be real careful with that because it's a pretty popular film. Even though when it came out, I watched this happen in real time. They're like, oh look, it's a clown movie and there's a killer clown. And I'm like, this isn't going to take off. And the people that watched it took off like,
oh my gosh.
And the people that watched it were like, if you have qualms about just blood and guts, don't watch this. And they've made 3 films. Made 3 of these.
Oh yeah. Art the Clown is gnarly. Now, in my life right now, I have evolved out of the blood and guts stuff. I like the jump scare stuff now. That's what I've moved into, the suspenseful scares. But friggin' Art the Clown, man, that guy, he's gnarly. He's gnarly. So as a result of these sightings, countries took various precautions to deal with the global clown situation. This included banning the selling of clown costumes.
Wow.
Banning wearing clown costumes, and you could not wear a clown mask in certain areas. Clearly at Colleen's house, you can't wear a clown mask.
No. But wait, where do they ban these? In the U.S.?
Well, I'm sure. I don't know if they did it here. I'm sure that overseas they probably did a little bit more of that stuff because they're able to keep their people, down like that. I do know that there were certain areas that if people were seen with clown masks on, that the police were called, and those people were some of those people were arrested for inciting riots.
Well,
that's kind of gnarly.
Yeah, I remember when this was going on, and I think I remember hearing that a couple of states, they what was that store and that they
a Halloween store?
Yeah, Spirit Halloween.
There you go.
They were banned from selling clown costumes because it was so bad.
Oh yeah.
It affected me really bad too.
Did it?
I couldn't figure out what I was going to wear every day.
Oh, Jess.
Anyway,
that was a really long pause. And
that was painful.
Felt like I heard a nothing.
You know what that was? You know what that was, Jess? That was 2/3 of a pun. PU. Anyway, now you can never confuse these clowns with the first clown I'm going to show you right now. Or the first 2 clowns. Now, these first 2 clowns, I would really hope that you know your rock biography. That's insane clown. ICP, because you know me. And you can't confuse those guys with the next guy.
Oh, no. You're going way too fast for me. Okay. Let me do it. I'll get it. Wait. The next. Wait.
Green hair. Green hair.
I gotta know, but it takes me a minute to get it all up here. Share screen. There we go.
Now this is Doink the Clown. This is Doink the Clown. He is a professional wrestler. Now what Doink did was Doink was actually one guy, but he had a bunch of people that would dress up as Doink. And a buddy of mine that I used to work with was one of the Doinks. And then there's the last, most handsome clown you've ever seen in your entire life. This poor clown.
Oh my God. It's almost like Ronald McDonald on freaking. Ronald McDonald went rogue.
Ronald McDonald was.
That was a hell of a night.
Just know that night, that clown that you see right there almost died. He almost died. Got scared really bad that night. But we'll go on.
I digress.
But I digress. Anyway, so clowns, like we've talked about and we're going to talk about, they're genuinely frightening to some people. And the factors are that they're masked. They're very unpredictable at what they're going to do. And the association with negative portrayals in media. The fear of clowns is called coulrophobia.
Yeah.
And that just means you're scared of clowns.
Yeah.
It is a phobia. It's a recognized phobia. And its prevalence is likely influenced by both inherent psychological responses and cultural stuff that's going on. They're saying that the reason clowns are creepy is because that you can't read their emotions.
Right. Everything's exaggerated and
exactly. It's all big. It's all big.
Uncanny.
They're very
is it uncanny valley type stuff?
Exactly. They're all unpredictable. You never know that's what kind of makes them clowns. There are a lot of negative portrayals, like we talked about. I just off the top of my head, like I talked about, there's Art the Clown, there's It, there's a plethora of clowns back in the day that had TV shows that still looked like they were scary as heck. There was one person that's going to be talked about later is John Wayne Gacy. He used to dress as a clown, and that'll be presented here in a little bit. While clowns are traditionally part of the entertainment in a circus, their role has evolved, right? So they were back, like we talked about, 24. And now they've evolved kind of into a very sinister figure. So
there's nothing nice about them.
There's some subconscious associations. Some believe that clowns' white face and red lips can evoke thoughts of death, disease, and blood. And subconsciously, there's cultural shift. The perception of clowns have shifted over time with a growing association of clowns with chaos, aka 2016 disorder, grotesque, right? Like we talked about a little bit, rather than just simple, silly stuff like Hobo Kelly. There's a lot of times, and that's what our culture does, right? We evolve these nice things into just horribly bad things. And that's what clowns have done. And there's movies about them, and they're going to be talked about a little bit later. It's just incredible how something that was used to be, they were out there to have a good time, to be fun, to have that stuff. And now, gosh, if I saw a clown walking down the street right now, I don't know, I'd walk on the other side of the street.
No.
Well, they can't sneak up on you with the squeakers in their shoes.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of a preview of what we have that's going to be talked about a little bit later. I think that I'm a huge fan of those clowns that we showed, especially the last one. That guy is just incredible. He's so talented.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Jesse, you want to go next?
Sure. I have two things that I looked into. So hopefully, the first one, we just talked about it, was the It movie. And not a lot of people know exactly what the It movie, was based on. Some people say it was based on John Wayne Gacy. That's some of the rumors, right? That's not true. It was actually just written in one day by the most famous author of my time. I love him so much, Stephen King. He turned it into a book as it was amazing. Like, I love the book more than I like the movie.
The book. His books are always way better than the movies, except for The Stand.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I'm a little
Form of
mixed
the
on The
Century.
Stand. Yeah,
those were really good movies.
yes, I agree. So, what is Pennywise's original story? Right? People talk about it. Mythology. Some of it is behind a terrifying movie monster, is what he's, come out to be. He's basically a supernatural being that was developed from Stephen King himself and his awesome mind. And we all know the movie It takes place in Derry, Maine, and it's Pennywise comes around every 27 years. And I just want to know, it's crazy because some movies do this time limit, like this demon comes out, like Jeepers Creepers comes out every 25 years to feed, basically. And he works as a mystery to his victims. And it's not that he eats the children, Mr. Pennywise. He actually feeds on their fear, is what it is. And so he goes and tries to, like, control and then take the soul back, basically. So we know Georgie, right? That's the famous scene where he has his little boat and it's going down the storm in this yellow coat. And even now when I talk about it, I cannot not look at a storm drain and go, I wonder if Pennywise is down there.
Oh my God. And Tim Curry was so amazing in that role.
Oh yeah. Although the makeup in the past for it, I think was so much better than the newer one. But his eyebrows is more creepy, like the makeup that,
Oh, I love them in Legend. Yeah. I never watched it because I was like, as a kid, like, I never liked scary movies, but Legend, oh man, he was great in that one. Woo!
Oh yeah. And what has also, like, so we know the movie, the kids get together and they end up going into the sewers to find Pennywise, right? And in the book, he is actually portrayed as, okay, I'm scared of spiders, but this gigantic spider, gigantic hairy big spider.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I'm like, what's worse, a clown or a spider?
Both.
Kind of competition.
Spider.
Oh my gosh.
Is worse.
Yeah. And I no, I think the clowns, well, I don't know. So
that's got to be your most crippling fear, that either a clown that evolves into a spider or a spider that evolves into a clown. That's got to be crippling for you.
I can't.
I could see you wrecking your car if there was a spider in it.
I have.
Well, a spider can't be a clown because then they have those squeaky shoes and they've got 8 legs, so you'd hear them coming from a mile away.
Can you imagine 8 And then it holds up a flower and shoots water at you. Yeah.
No.
Oh, did you hear the fan theory that it was actually an alien from outer space that crashed into Earth? And
that was the other theory.
Well,
too.
Is that because of the other movie? I don't know.
I think so. I don't know. I feel like the It movie. Now, I haven't watched the newer ones. I've watched the newest It, like not the old one. And there's been a lot of like play on who really Pennywise was or what being Pennywise was. There's been like, he's a demon that turns into a clown and eats children. Again, the other one where he's like a spider or an alien or whatever. Either way, he's terrifying. And when I see a red balloon, I turn the other way. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going there. Not today.
Really? Really?
Just saying.
Really? Yeah. So that also turns into another little fun topic that someday I will have Colleen go with me. We will stay in this hotel, even if it's just for a couple hours.
No.
Even if it just has like a little artwork.
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, so we're talking about the Clown Hotel, which is in Tonopah, Nevada. And if nobody knows what Tonopah is, it was a miners, basically. A guy was there with his donkey. I guess I have the story wrong, but he was trying to get his donkey loose from rubble or something like that. And he picked up this huge, gigantic rock. And that was like one of the biggest silver mine finds ever. And so I don't know how they came up with Tonopah. Maybe people can tell me, but that's what happened. So Tonopah, sorry. Yeah. So right next to it in Tonopah, there is the most haunted hotels. And the reason why is because it's right next to the Tonopah Cemetery. Now remember, Tonopah, again, a lot of accidents in the mines, they have prostitution. I mean, everything you can think of that a mining town would have. So a lot of people died. And that's where a lot of the hauntings come from, is from the cemetery as well as around it too. And Colleen, I think we did Tonopah, didn't we? In one of our shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very interesting. And it was found in, so the cemetery was found in 1901, and it began its first burial of a gentleman of John Randall Weeks. It remained active burying ground until the spring of 1911. So if you guys ever go there, it's crazy because there is tons and tons of graves in there, and some that have not been marked either.
Wow. Wasn't there also a really bad train accident? And that's all I know. What was that about? There was a train accident that had clowns in it, circus folks in it, or something.
I didn't really find a lot on. I know there was a train accident, but I couldn't find a lot of information on it. I was looking towards the Clown Hotel.
Yeah.
So today, there is changed owners. What I find fascinating about this place is when one of the famous ghost people went to go and do it. One of the main hosts also is like Colleen. He doesn't like clowns. And it was told that they had more than like 300, maybe 600 clowns memorabilia. I want you to know, Colleen, that they now have over 4,000 memorabilias of clowns.
Not going, Jess. Not doing it.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep. I don't.
Wow.
No. Just no. It just can't. I can't even. It just makes me nervous even thinking about walking in the door of that place. I can't do it.
I mean, it's interesting. Every room.
Give me some of the most negative haunts we've ever dealt with. Right?
You'll have it there. You'll have it.
No, they can keep it.
I'll
give you guys the equipment. You go. Not doing it.
Can you at least step outside? I mean,
I don't know.
No.
Baby steps.
So me and Mud Lover actually drove through Tonopah one day, and we drove past that friggin' motel, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and right next, you are correct, right next to the friggin' parking lot is that cemetery. Yeah. And like I was saying, my memory's coming back a little bit. I know that there were a lot of clowns so there was a train accident there going through Tonopah, and there was a circus train that was going through in the middle of the night. And I guess the way that they used to transport all those folks is they would put the animals in one, and the performers in the other, and the clowns in the other one. Well, apparently the clown car, from what I remember, the clown car was the one that actually was wrecked and caught fire. and there wasn't a lot of people around that could help those poor people out.
Oh boy.
So they ended up. So those are some of those.
Oh, they're in the cemetery there. Some of
the unknown graves in the cemetery, and they said that after they built the motel, after they built the motel, not before, but after, is when those clowns started coming over. And one of the theories is that they're still trying to perform for people.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting stuff.
It wouldn't bother me, but the rest of it does.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and interesting enough, and you were talking about history too, of how clowns were developed. We can go back as far as like the Pueblo Native Americans used to dress like clown-like costumes too.
Really?
And releasing their own personalities and welcoming, possessions of nearby spirits are very spiritual people. And so within that land and in Tonopah, there's a lot of native beings that opened portals from many years ago. And so that also contributes to a lot of the hauntings there too. So I found that interesting.
Yeah, that is.
I just found a page on the web of circus train wrecks, and it's a list.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll post it in chat.
I guess when you consider how many miles they put in every year, that back in the day, that there was bound to be a bunch, because there was a lot of train wrecks back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was probably the primary way to get around, right?
That was primary means of transportation.
Exactly. Not only that, it was probably the least expensive to get on, because you could probably move your whole circus on one train, pretty inexpensively. And trains, they could go all over the place. So
I always wonder if the tracks were like, it's kind of like roads, I always think that, like, our train tracks now are so far advanced, and how not far advanced the train tracks were. It's like, I think they're made with very precision now when they developed the train tracks. Back then it wasn't,
Well,
So
I think a lot of it too is that I'm always looking at these old newspapers. There were a lot of collisions because they didn't have any signal methods.
Right.
They
didn't have any communication.
And then, oops, there's another train, and then neither of them can stop. I mean, it was just.
I wonder who has to back up. I wonder if it just depends on who the bigger load was.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
The one that's going downhill has to back up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a little engine that could, let me tell you.
Yeah, right?
Hey, so you're talking about trains. So do you know the story behind the red light district?
On the trains, no.
Do you know how? Okay, so a brakeman, right, was the guy that rode in the caboose, and I'm sure Bertie knows about this. But the last guy in the caboose was what they call the brakeman, and the brakeman would actually had a red lantern that he would show walking back and forth. So when they would go to certain areas, they would take those lanterns and they would hang them in wherever they are. So if you came to looking for your brakeman, you'd know that he'd be in a certain area, because his lantern, it'd be out in front of this house. Those houses ended up turning into brothels, aka red light district.
Did not know that. That's interesting.
Speaking
I'm a
of
lot
the
more than
brakeman,
just
that's a really good restaurant.
The red light district?
No, the brakeman up in our northern part of our area is a good restaurant. FYI.
Where is it?
I was going to have some serious questions for you if you.
Bertie.
Like a buffet.
It's a smorgasbord.
Charcuterie at its best.
Oh my God. So,
Anyway.
Bertie, what you got?
What?
What you got?
Talking about strange clowns and whatnot. And yeah, I haven't heard this in like 30 years, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
What?
That was
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little B movie that came out in 1988, and it didn't really have like a great big budget, but
Halloween though.
Oh boy, this was one of my sister's favorite movies growing up as a kid. Yeah, like I said, I mean, my sister liked horror movies. The goofier, the better. And
it's like Living Dead or something.
Yeah. She loved all of it. But these clowns are really strange looking. They're not like actual like clowns like you see nowadays. They got like misshapen heads and bulbous fingers. And there's a couple of scenes where they have a ray gun that shoots cotton candy and covers a person in it, and then they hang them up and they let them sit there and just dissolve into goop, and they drink it. They've got acidic pies, cream pies that boil people alive. Just real bizarre stuff. I remember this as a kid. I mean,
lost me at the cotton candy. Jeez. I'd be in there eating it. Nom, 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 nom.
Right. That writer had a really good imagination for this, right?
Yeah, popcorn shotguns. Just Colleen's like, oh, I haven't seen this in years. I'm like, oh, this one, it brought back so many memories.
I think the time I did see it, we were all pretty lit up on drinking, and so we were, we had a lot of alcohol in it, and we were watching. It was probably the only way I could get through that movie because of the clowns.
I could just see her sitting there, I freaking hate clowns. I don't know why I'm watching this.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I hate clowns already, but when I got older and I watched it, I'm like, I gotta punch so many of these clowns in the face just because they're so goofy looking, and then they kill you anyway.
Right.
And they drink your soup.
Yeah.
People soup.
Yeah, but you got to remember too. So the basis of the way that movie's built is the goofy guys actually save the day.
Yep.
The two brothers in the ice cream truck save the day.
It's worse.
And they are goofy. Oh my gosh. You have what was it? I think there were 3 people. One was a cop, right? And then there was another guy, and then I think the female sidekick. And those were the ones that were running away from them. They were trying to find them. They were running away from them originally, and then they went back and started trying to find them because they had uncovered that they were going to blast off, and they were going to take all these people with them, and they were able to go. I mean, it's a goofy movie. It's a
really good popcorn flick is what the kids call it nowadays, is a popcorn flick. You go in, you get your popcorn and a drink, and you don't have to pay attention.
No.
But then, Colleen asked me about Joker movie, and that one, a totally different clown.
Yeah.
That one's a tragic clown. And you really have to pay attention to the movie.
I have never seen it. I've never seen it.
It's so good. It is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just loved that actor. And
is it not River
Heath
Phoenix?
Ledger,
It's Jacqueline Phoenix, right?
That was Joaquin Phoenix. And Heath Ledger, I think there's been a couple Jokers, right, Bert?
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a ton of Jokers.
Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic too. So
I never seen it, and it was coming on a movie channel, and I'm like, oh, I've never seen this, and everybody's talking about it. I was at my brother's house. I'm like, let's watch it. My brother's like, nah, this looks stupid. And I'm like, it's supposed to be really good. And at the time, my sister-in-law was going to college to be a social worker with psychology background. And I'm like, this is supposed to be really good. It's supposed to make you think. And she watched that. She didn't move. And it was like a 3-hour movie. And usually she just goes, I'm bored, and get up and do something. She was glued to it. I'm like, wow. After the movie was over, she's like, what'd you think about it? I'm like, I liked it. What'd you think about it? She's like, this is a case study in psychology right here. You can actually watch this guy just start mentally breaking down.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And isn't he in league with doesn't he, what's that girl that he starts hanging out with?
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley Quinn. And I think they add to each other's demise, because I've never seen the movie. I've only seen clips of it here and there, but they talk about his descent into madness is measurable. You actually see him descend into and it looks like he's got it under control the whole time. But isn't there part of that movie where he makes a pencil disappear?
Yep.
Yeah.
In some dude's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. He says, "Hey, watch this pencil disappear," and he's got a pencil, and he hits this guy in the back of the head. I mean, it's a pretty graphic movie.
Wow.
I know that I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I'm like,
that wasn't Joker. That was Dark Knight.
Oh, was that Dark Knight?
Oh.
Yeah.
So okay, did Heath Ledger play the Joker? What was his role? Or was that Joaquin Phoenix? Who played?
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, both of them did it, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is the one that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Because Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
What did Heath Ledger play?
The Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's many movies.
We're talking about two different movies. We're talking about the Dark Knight Rises, and then we're talking about the Joker movie.
Right.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen any of them because I just.
Nor have I.
I don't go to the movies. I cannot stand people talking and hitting my seat. I want to turn around and hit them. So it's better for the public if I just don't go. I don't want an arrest record.
I got bail money. It's fine.
Drive-ins,
bail money. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll put money on your books.
Drive-ins are better because
I miss drive-ins.
Yeah.
And with that reminds me of Joker's famous quote: "All it takes is one bad day."
Yeah.
Although my favorite picture is when Heath Ledger was playing the Joker, and he walks out, and the hospital explodes in the back, and he's just like, and then he just kept on walking. That's me leaving work every day.
Fun fact about that. That was actually ad-libbed, because Heath Ledger's walking up and he hits the button and he's expecting it to blow up, and then he's like, smack, 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 and then it goes boom, and he's like, and the director's like, no, that's good, keep it in.
That's good.
Wow.
Mud Lover, what did you take on?
Oh, I was going to take on why people are afraid of clowns. But that just brought me back to the history of clowns. So the main gist is, like we mentioned earlier, because they're unpredictable, the makeup hides their expressions and their face, and so it makes them mysterious. And then the evolution into these scary movies even add to the fuel even more.
Yeah.
Some people think that it could also be handed down by parents to children. So the parents are a little iffy on clowns. It's gonna reflect onto the kids because they don't know any different. So they must be bad if my parents are afraid. you know.
I mean, it has to be genetic. It has to be. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom she didn't like them, but she drugged me into a place. I'll tell you about it when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm done. No.
I'll tell you about it when I'm done.
That's right. So there was a clown in the 1800s, English performer named Joseph Grimaldi. And he made the clown role more prevalent in the theater and got the audiences to participate more and mastered the skill of physical comedy. I've never heard of them myself, but there's clowns known as Joeys. And they have bright colored faces. Anyway, they were named after this guy, Joseph Grimaldi. So after his death in 1837, the clowns took on a more tragic figure. And then, yeah.
So
I think we mentioned this opera.
Is that when the whole white face clown with the big blotchy eyes and all that came through? I wonder what clowns looked like before that. Because it kind of makes, in movies where we see like medieval movies and stuff, but we don't know, right? They paint them up, the jesters, the court jesters and whatnot are painted up.
The jesters typically wore a mask, and they were called fools and jesters. They didn't have like makeup.
They weren't painted. They had masks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's where you get your harlequins from really ancient France.
Okay.
Yeah.
So harlequins are clowns. There's so many names for clowns.
Yeah.
And there's so many levels. There's so many different types of clown, apparently, like my lover was saying. There's the ones that are happy, there's the ones that are sad, there's the ones that, just by their virtue of being there, the way their face is painted up, right?
Yeah.
That's like she was just saying. So
what is that clown's name again, my lover? I've never heard.
Joseph Grimaldi.
Joseph Grimaldi.
Grimaldi, like Grim. Yeah. Aldi.
That's interesting. Well,
right.
Did you have some more to go over?
Oh no, go tell your story.
Oh no,
I'll come back.
No, go ahead, finish up.
Let's see. Faces.
I guess it must be just a deep-seated fear in some people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably ingrained DNA. Like one of our ancestors just like happened to like pop around the corner, and there's some dude with a small hat and a white face and a horn goes honk honk, and they're and then
right. Uncle Fred.
It smells like flour.
I mean, it's the same reason why we don't stick our hands in dark holes, because you're going to get bit by a spider, snake, scorpion, something like that.
I don't think that's the same.
No.
I don't think it's the same. I think it's like an irrational fear to be afraid of clowns. I am terribly afraid of clowns. It's irrational. Yeah. They've never done anything to me, yet I think I would kill them if they showed up here. So you know what I'm saying?
So no birthday gram, no stingogram.
Stick your hand in a hole in here, and then it bites you.
But it's different to me. It's like, that's just stupidity. That's not an irrational fear. I have no.
Well, put your hands in holes where you don't know where they've been.
I don't have a basis for like a clown has done something to me, therefore I'm afraid of it. Spiders have done something to me, therefore I don't want to, So I don't get it. Anyway,
somewhere in Australia, someone has died from being bit by a spider clown.
A spider clown. Yeah, I'm sure. Everything's
Have you not seen what happens down there in Australia?
God dang it, everything there.
They have some weird stuff down there.
They have the days of the spiders, and there's webs covered everything.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's just
no.
Like everything in Australia will kill you.
Yes.
Everything there.
Seems like it.
And for some reason, people decide to live there.
It's beautiful.
The kangaroos will kill you. They'll come up and box you and knock you out.
My friend's dad was 60
Koalas
years
will
old.
kill you.
Across the outback. Took him 3 months, but he did it. I'm like, you're nuts. You're nuts. But he was in a retired Forest Service Ranger. That was his thing, So we went to Australia and walked across the outback.
So there's a crocodile Dundee.
There's a casino in Minden, Nevada, and I don't know if it's still there, but it's full of clowns. Now, my mom, she didn't really like clowns, but she knew I was really afraid of them. Yeah, they apparently had the best prime rib anywhere, so she wanted to go have prime rib with me. So we drove down because she lived in South Shore, Tahoe, so let's drive down to Minden to get the prime rib. The casinos in Tahoe have really good prime rib. I don't know why the hell she did this to me, but she did it to me, and I've never forgiven her over this. I walked in the door, and it's like remember those really cheesy, like, velvet pictures in every Mexican restaurant you ever went to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were velvet pictures of clowns. And then there was this ginormous clown that was like 10 feet tall right at the entrance when you walked in the door. I froze. I couldn't catch my breath. I'm like hyperventilating and trying to walk out of the restaurant backwards. I'm just like, ah! And she's laughing. There was a back entrance that I didn't have to go to the clowns that she could have taken me through, but she was trying to take it. I think
Let's test this theory.
Did she take you to Circus?
Oh my gosh, Circus.
No, okay.
Circus is in Vegas.
No, they had one in Reno.
Too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
They had one.
No, this was just a little tiny Minden. I mean, little tiny. It was like the size of my house. Really small casino with the restaurant. Little. But it was stuffed full of clowns and freaked me out, man. I was so mad at her. I went to the car. It took her a long time to persuade me to come to the back entrance, to come into the restaurant to eat. And there was still those hideous pictures, black velvet clown pictures, illuminated all over the wall.
I'm sure that they're at the Clown Hotel now where we're going to go stay.
Yeah, well, you're going to go stay. I'm not doing it.
Hey, well, look at it this way, Colleen. If you don't want to stay at the Clown Motel, you can always go to the Mid-Spa.
True.
You can always go to the Mid-Spa.
Like right around the corner.
It's just right down the street.
Yep.
You're a hateful bunch of people.
I found it ironic that Colleen said at a restaurant stuffed full of clowns, and all I could think is like a clown car, except it's the kitchen and there's tons of clowns running around.
Oh my God, I just hate them so much. You have no idea. It's like a rabid hatred of those things. I can't stand them.
Have you seen the horrifying pictures of Ronald McDonald, like in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He terrified me.
Yes. And the McDonald's we had to drive all the way to Sacramento and go to McDonald's. So once in Blue Moon, we'd go to Sacramento for McDonald's. It was like a 60, 70-mile trip for McDonald's. But we would do it. And that in the McDonald's, they had one of them big plastic Ronald McDonald sitting at a booth.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Oh, it was awful. It was so bad.
I can't remember his name, but there was a newscaster that was the first Ronald McDonald ever.
I don't.
And he was a weatherman for a major
people who do stuff like that. Just saying. And Bozo the Clown, that was one that it was always on in our house, like
in the morning before I went to school.
Huh?
It was on for me in the morning when I got up before I went to school.
Was that when? I can't remember when it aired, but yeah, I just remember going, no. That's
how we laughed.
Yeah. What is this crap?
Throw the ball in the bucket.
No, I'm just imagining Colleen waking up on like 8 a.m. a Saturday morning, got her bowl of cereal, flips on the TV, God. And there's both of
And then wasn't there? Maybe not. I'm thinking of Mr. Green Jeans. He wasn't a clown, right? He was just
Mr. Green, but Mr. Green Jean was on Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Kangaroo. And then you had Hobo Kelly, right? Hobo Kelly was back in the 50s, but there was another famous clown that everybody seems to forget about. And this clown did not talk. This clown used a horn all the time. Who is it, Mud Lover?
I don't Hobo Kelly.
No, good try. Claire.
Who was
Clarabelle. Clarabelle the clown used to hang out with Buffalo Bob, right? And remember, Clarabelle did not say a thing.
I thought Clarabelle was a cow.
Clarabelle the clown, yeah. Oh. And there was the huge controversy behind Clarabelle is nobody knew who Clarabelle was. Everybody knew who Hobo Kelly was. Everybody knew who.
I mean, forever? Like, no, they never disclosed this person's identity?
Well, I think they did eventually, right? But I don't think at the time that Clarabelle and Buffalo Bob were on, nobody knew you remember that's the 50s. So they didn't have that little device that you could go, there's friggin' who's Al Roker was the first Ronald McDonald or what was it Al Roker? No, it's a big white guy.
Al Roker.
No, Al Roker wasn't. We're gonna get so much trouble for that one.
He was
I thought Al Roker.
Huh?
Who what? I thought it was Al Roker was
Ronald
McDonald. One of the first Ronald McDonalds was a news anchor.
Yeah.
And
Willard Scott. Willard Scott.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. It wasn't Al Roker. For some reason I thought Al Roker.
At the same time though, Willard Scott and Al Roker, they both did. They were on.
Yeah. Willard Scott.
Oh, so he was the creepy Ronald McDonald dude.
And probably didn't even mean to creep people out.
No, I'm sure he didn't.
I think it just kind of goes back to that part that we were talking about earlier that scared the heck out of you. You're like, holy cow. And, it's... Go ahead.
You've seen pictures of people who put their kids next to shit like that, and they're screaming, right? They're, like, terrified.
My sister, I remember my sister on her, I think it was her 3rd birthday. We got a clown for the party. And my mom's like, oh, the clown's coming over. And I'm like, I already hate this idea. And this poor kid. House full of kids. He's dressed up, full blown costume, everything like that. He walks in and hey kids, and all these house full of kids just and start running towards the back door.
Loses it, yeah. Okay.
My mom at the time was like, no, it's okay, it's a clown. He's fun. My sister was like, okay. And then my mom picked her up and gave her to the clown. And immediately, I have never heard a little girl scream like that. And she started crying. I guess it is that some type of genetic fear.
It's got to be. It's something. Okay, so I got a question for you. Jess, you talked about John Wayne Gacy, right? Mm-hmm. And his part-time gig was as a clown for hire, right?
Yeah.
What was his clown name?
Oh.
Oh, I can see it in my mind, but not really. It's like blanked out, and my little dude's in there going. Oh,
Jojo?
Pongo.
Pongo.
No.
Pongo the clown. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's either
Can
Pongo.
you imagine hiring that man to do whatever and then find out he did all those horrible things? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that
no,
wild?
man.
Yeah. And that's just incredible. You know, that's so funny because being where I'm from, you know, I know a lot of, I used to know a lot of people. I just, that's just the way it was. And, you know, you'd see somebody, you're like, huh, yeah, I know that guy. Like Doink the Clown. This guy's name, I knew that guy. You know, and it's just so funny when you see this person that you know, and it's like, huh. So it's got to be interesting to see somebody that went completely sideways like Gacy did. And I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine that.
No.
And that was just horrific things that pile of a human being did.
I could not imagine the stench when he walked in that house.
Yeah, imagine being his neighbor.
Or good friends or family.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to remember too, Colleen did a show, and it was about a woman. I want to say her name was Rose, and she had all these people move in with her. And
that was on F Street. That was that
on
one
F Street, right? And she'd be out in the middle of the night. She'd kill these people and dig holes in her yard. You talk about a stench. Dude, it's
Puente, Dorothea Puente. And
there you go.
All those people in her boarding house and then dug up put them in the backyard and put roses over the top of them.
I was just going to say, my roses are growing great.
Yep. Yep.
How come you have roses in the winter? I don't know. I'm just lucky.
You know, that building was like a couple of blocks away from my office in Sacramento. And
oh, no kidding.
Crazy.
Wow. And I would purposely not. I had to go by it every once in a while for work, but I would try not to go down F Street. We were on 8th and High, and
it always has amazed me that stories that you've heard about those kind of places working right inside the city limits, and that everybody's like, well, I knew something was happening. Well, why didn't you say anything? Well, I didn't know.
Well, on this one particularly because they're all really tall, like 3-story homes, right? And they're really narrow lots. So your windows are always looking down into someone's neighbor's yard because they're just crammed in there. And, they were built in the 1800s, the late 1800s, these homes. And how did she do it and not have anybody watch? I mean, because there's so much illumination out there. There's street lights everywhere. Everybody's got backlights on and all that stuff. And how the heck did she get away with this?
Because there's a lot of people that probably did see her do it and went, nope, not getting involved, and walked away.
But that's a lot of people that she offed. So.
Oh yeah. Anyway. And that kind of stuff, like I said, especially when that stuff works in that center of town-ish type stuff, and just like Bertie said, you've got, well, I don't want to get in the middle of that.
Right.
Or she with the neighbors a couple bucks and said, yeah, you didn't see me last night.
Nah, that wasn't in her to do that. She was too greedy. She wouldn't give anybody
I'll dress up like a clown and I'll come after you.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, thanks guys. This was a fun talk. I didn't enjoy it, but I did enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I hate those things. All right. Thanks guys for tuning in, and catch us next week for a good topic. The next topic is going to be really heavy, psychologically heavy. So catch us next week, and make sure to tune in on Wednesday nights, 7:00 for our mediums. Actually, next week. Sorry, next week, Wednesday.
You're taking next week off.
We're taking next Wednesday off, but we will be back Thursday. So, yeah. Anyway, we appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Like and subscribe. You guys, please like and subscribe. Have a great week.